Indy, bro. So as you guys can see there, they have a new player on the team, and we finna head on over to their media account to see exactly what is happening with her. Say the Indiana Fever has signed guard Odyssey Sims to a hardship contract. The team announced this today. The Fever qualify for the hardship roster due to injuries to Sydney Colson and Ari McDonald. Sim averaged 11 points per game.
Breaking developments emerge from the Indiana Fever organization as they address roster challenges following recent injuries. The team has officially brought aboard guard Odyssey Sims through a hardship agreement, filling the void left by injured players Sydney Colson and Ari McDonald, both sidelined for the remainder of the season. Sims brings veteran experience to Indianapolis, having accumulated impressive career statistics over her 11-year professional tenure. Throughout her WNBA journey, she has maintained consistent production with 11 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds per contest. Her basketball path includes stints with multiple franchises including Dallas Wings, Los Angeles Sparks, Minnesota Lynx, Atlanta Dream, and Connecticut Sun through the 2022 campaign. The Tulsa native developed her foundation at Baylor University before transitioning to professional basketball.
11 points per game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds across her 11-year WNBA career. Look like she's from Tulsa. She played with the Wings, the Sparks, the Minnesota Lynx, Atlanta Dream, and Connecticut Sun from the 2022 season. I told y'all, Stephanie White was going to get somebody that could plug in play. She played college ball at Baylor. But there you guys have it, man. They got a new player on the team. Hey, man, just an incredible game. It's just good to see them back in.
Head coach Stephanie White's strategy of acquiring players capable of immediate contribution appears evident in this signing. The hardship provision allows teams to exceed standard roster limits when dealing with significant injury situations, providing necessary depth during challenging periods. Recent on-court action saw the Fever deliver a commanding performance against Chicago Sky, securing a decisive 92-70 victory. This result provided much-needed momentum following their disappointing setback against Phoenix in previous competition. Several players delivered noteworthy contributions during the contest.
Just an incredible game. It's just good to see them back in the win column, too, after the devastating loss we took the other night from Phoenix. So getting this dub over the weak Chicago Sky should make everybody feel a little bit better, man. Final score of the game is 92-70. KK showed up, too, man. She was critical as well, man. I got to keep it real with her, showing up and showing out, but Sophie Cunningham, y'all know what Sophie gonna do when they pass her the ball, bro. Sophie, 16-2-3. She only played 28 minutes, man.
Caitlin Clark demonstrated her value beyond scoring, while Sophie Cunningham continued her exceptional three-point shooting display. Cunningham connected on 6 of 8 attempts from beyond the arc in just 28 minutes of action, extending her remarkable accuracy streak. Over her last 13 appearances, including this performance, she has maintained an outstanding 53% success rate from three-point range, converting 34 of 64 attempts since the All-Star intermission. Kelsey Mitchell bounced back from recent struggles with an efficient 20-point effort, shooting 48% from three-point territory after experiencing difficulties in previous contests. Her performance proved crucial in establishing early momentum for the team.
28 minutes, man, but Sophie could do numbers like this all the time if they pass her the ball, and I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the team, kind of getting her involved. Natasha Howard, I don't know where the hell she been at. She had 7 points, 11 rebounds, and 19 points. At this point, you know, y'all might have to put KK in the starting lineup, man. She had 7 rebounds and 17 points. See, KK made tough shots in critical moments. I feel like she kind of earned a starting spot. Dancers.
Lexi Hull emerged as a significant factor, draining all 3 of her three-point attempts while contributing 17 points across 32 minutes. Her shooting confidence appeared restored after enduring a challenging month-long slump. Given the team's current personnel situation, Hull's offensive resurgence could prove vital moving forward. Post-game commentary revealed Hull's teammates recognized her improved play, with Clark specifically acknowledging her contributions. The team chemistry and mutual support remained evident despite facing adversity with multiple key players unavailable.
I feel like she kind of earned a starting spot. Dancers played 18 minutes. He played way too many minutes too. She only had four points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. I don't know what's going on with Chloe Bibby, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you, but I don't know what the hell happened to Chloe Bibby, man. It's looking spooky for her. But Aaliyah Boston, 15, 3 and 4, outstanding game. But like I said, Lexi Hall, 17, 3 and 3, man. She played 32 total minutes. She had a little incident where she hurt her ankle.
Aaliyah Boston provided steady interior presence with 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. Her consistent production continues anchoring the front court rotation during this transitional period. The victory margin reflected Chicago's current struggles rather than indicating significant improvement from Indiana. Chicago has failed to defeat the Fever throughout the current season, posting a 0-5 record in head-to-head matchups. This lopsided series history suggests the outcome was expected given recent form from both organizations.
She had a little incident where she hurt her ankle, but overall, Lexi Hall looked magnificent, bro. I just gotta keep it real. I'm pleased with what I seen out of Lexi. Let's head on over to Twitter, see what the fans is saying, man, because pretty sure everybody is reacting to this. We got none other than Kelsey Mitchell, 26, 8 and 3. She was 4 8 from 3. And what's crazy is that she's been playing so bad these last couple games from 3. So to see her.
An unusual moment occurred when Coach White called a timeout that drew disapproval from spectators, with even Clark appearing surprised by the timing. The incident happened when Chicago had an open three-point opportunity, leading to audible reactions from the crowd. Despite the comfortable victory, questions remain about certain rotational decisions. Chloe Bibby's minimal impact and limited effectiveness continue raising concerns about her role within the system. Meanwhile, players like Natasha Howard showed mixed results with 7 points and 11 rebounds, but inconsistent overall production.
And so bad these last couple games from 3, so to see her kind of get it together in this game. But guys, we have to remember these are games that they should win. Like they should beat the Sky. Like, this should be a given win. Now, they got to play the Wings Tuesday, which should be another game that I think they should win. But we know Paige always shows up and shows out for those games. With us being kind of shorthanded right now, I don't know. But Lexi Hall keep playing like this, nasty, bro. Nasty. Caitlin even had to say something about Lexi, dog. Lexi looked good.
The team's upcoming schedule includes a Tuesday matchup against Dallas Wings, another contest where Indiana should theoretically hold advantages. However, Dallas typically elevates their performance in these meetings, potentially creating competitive situations despite roster disparities. Current standings position, the Fever just 1.5 games behind the third playoff seed, maintaining realistic postseason aspirations despite recent setbacks. The addition of Sims provides necessary backcourt depth as the organization navigates through this challenging injury period. The rivalry narrative with Chicago appears overstated given the complete dominance Indiana has displayed throughout their season series.
Lexi looked good. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I can't even lie. Rivalry. Yeah, this ain't no rivalry, man. Shout out to to Aswin. Man, look, last time the Sky ain't beat them at all. 5-17. The Sky ain't beat them none this season. This ain't no rivalry. What's turning into a rivalry is them and Phoenix, bro. Them and Phoenix is definitely turning into a rivalry. They say guards or not, no depth or not, we own the Sky. Kelsey Mitchell with a 20.
A more legitimate competitive relationship seems developing with Phoenix, where games feature greater intensity and closer margins. Team morale remains positive despite circumstances, with players emphasizing the importance of maintaining enjoyment while respecting competitive standards. The loss of multiple rotation players creates opportunities for others to demonstrate their capabilities and potentially secure expanded roles. Medical updates show both McDonald and Colson facing extended absences, making roster additions necessary for competitive balance. McDonald's injury appears particularly concerning given her mobility restrictions, though the organization expects her eventual return to form.
Caitlin Clark leading the charge? Question mark? In fact, I believe it's the only way this team ever wins a championship. All right? I mean, plain and simple. And Stephanie White, in her infinite basketball wisdom, John Wooden, Phil Jackson, Pat Riley, my goodness gracious. I mean, we've never seen such basketball acumen
The convincing nature of this victory provides temporary relief while highlighting the gap between playoff caliber teams and those struggling at the bottom of league standings. Moving forward, the challenge involves maintaining this level of execution against stronger opponents while integrating new personnel into existing systems. Overall performance metrics showed balanced scoring distribution and improved ball movement, positive indicators for sustainable success. The team's ability to generate quality three-point opportunities and convert them efficiently suggests tactical adjustments may be taking effect under current coaching staff guidance. The Indiana Fever secured another victory against the Chicago Sky, bringing their total wins against this struggling opponent to 4 this season.
Like Stephanie White, ever. Oh, the legendary Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr, ugh. But anyway, at least we're talking Greg Popovich. At least we're talking many multiple championships, dynasties, blah, blah, blah. And I'm willing to bet you, I would almost guarantee the following. We got Magic. Let's fill in really good players around Magic.
Without these 4 victories over Chicago, the Fever would stand at an even 14-14 record. The absence of Caitlin Clark from recent games has presented an unexpected opportunity for the team to develop their collective playing style. However, many believe that Clark remains essential to any championship aspirations for this franchise. Her leadership and talent appear irreplaceable for serious title contention. Head coach Stephanie White has drawn comparisons to legendary coaches, though some question whether such comparisons are premature.
Around Magic. We got Jordan. Let's fill in really good players around Jordan. Well, we got Tim Duncan. Let's fill in really good players around Tim Duncan. You know, we got Steph Curry. Let's fill in really good players around him. But nowhere in there is it, let's literally give the coaching version of kryptonite to Steph Curry, to Magic Johnson.
The coaching philosophies of icons like John Wooden, Phil Jackson, Pat Riley, Steve Kerr, and Greg Popovich all centered around building teams that maximize their star players' abilities rather than limiting them. Historical examples show successful coaches surrounding elite talents like Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Tim Duncan, and Stephen Curry with complementary pieces. None of these championship coaches restricted their superstars or treated their unique abilities as obstacles to overcome. Following the recent victory, White made statements that some interpreted as indirect criticism of Clark's approach to team play. White emphasized the importance of selfless basketball, saying the team succeeds when players focus on collective success rather than individual achievements.
To Steph Curry, to Magic Johnson, to Michael Jordan. This snippet was put out by the Indiana Fever, and call it my darkness retreat, Aaron Rodgers. Call it me embracing the darkness, Scott Agnes, you puke. Call me just, I'm giving in to the dark side of the force. Always two there are, master and apprentice.
She praised the group's chemistry and willingness to put team goals above personal statistics. These comments sparked debate.
An apprentice. I don't know if I'm dark. Am I Darth Maul or am I Palpatine? I don't know. Darth Maul was one real cool bitch. Seriously. Right here, folks. This was the statement that Stephanie White gave, and I'm sorry if I read this and immediately thought, oh, this is lathered, marinated, soaked.
Skeptics question White's coaching approach, suggesting she may prefer managing a balanced roster over featuring a transcendent individual talent. They argue that successful coaching requires adapting systems to maximize star players rather than forcing stars to conform to predetermined systems. The situation has created division among supporters. Some defend White's team-first messaging and believe in her long-term vision. Others worry that her approach could alienate Clark and potentially lead to the superstar requesting a trade.
Drown in shade towards Caitlin Clark. Quote, when you love who you come to work with every day, when it's not about you. You see all that side eye I just gave? When it's not about you, transcendent, dynamic player, potentially best player this league's ever seen. When it's not about you,
The franchise faces significant stakes beyond just wins and losses. Clark's presence has elevated the team's profile dramatically, creating unprecedented commercial opportunities. The organization could potentially reach valuations similar to major sports franchises if they properly capitalize on this unique situation. However, mishandling the relationship between coach and superstar could jeopardize this potential. If Clark becomes dissatisfied with her role or the team's direction, she might seek opportunities elsewhere, devastating the franchise's long-term prospects.
and it's about everybody else, and it's about the whole, it makes it worth it. It makes going through the struggles worth it. And I just think that this group is a special one. You beat the Chicago Sky. What are they, 8-23 now? You would have thought they just defeated the Lynx out there with Nafisi Collier, by the way. You would
Questions persist about whether Clark's absence stems purely from injury or if behind-the-scenes tensions contribute to the situation. The coach's recent comments only fuel speculation about potential conflicts between different visions for the team's future. Many argue that this coaching position requires skills beyond typical professional basketball experience. The role demands managing not just basketball strategy but also unprecedented media attention, commercial pressures, and the dynamics of building around a generational talent. The organization appears to be at a crossroads.
You would think that. Did you beat the New York Liberty and I missed it? Did that happen? Did you win a championship? I don't buy it. And I give some of you credit. I got to tell you, I don't know what to tell you about these Stephanie White truthers. Honestly, comes across as a little weird sometimes. I gotta believe that sometimes the Stephanie White truthers have ulterior motives.
They must decide whether to fully embrace building around their superstar or continue with approaches that may limit her impact. The wrong choice could waste a once-in-a-generation opportunity to elevate women's professional basketball to new heights. Austin Riley stepped into Clark's role during the recent victory, helping the team dominate their opponent by approximately 35 points. While impressive, this performance against a struggling opponent doesn't necessarily validate any particular coaching philosophy or roster construction. Some observers note similarities between this situation and the approach taken by the Pacers organization, which historically has been cautious about allowing individual players to become too prominent.